Hello everybody, good morning. Good morning everybody. Oh no, I think you might be able to hear my dogs. It's so great to see you guys. The whole crew is here. This is so delightful. Nada's here, what's up Nada? Kevin's here, what's up Kevin? Piano, Annalise are both here, fresh off their nice little trip. How are you guys doing? We got Michelle here, Calvin's here. Let's see. Who else is in the chat? I think I saw Brandon. Brandon, what's up, bud? How you doing? Kendrick's here. Good morning. Hey guys, Partudes is here, what's up? An author visit at 10. Michelle has an author visit at 10 and she's in music class right now. That's awesome. Michelle, do you play an instrument? And Kevin's working on his car today, I think. Kevin, what kind of car do you have? Guys, I have very important news. Ooh, a Ford Focus. Nice. Do you like it? We have a lot of important news to discuss this morning. Lots of important news. First things first, Annalise and Piano Eagle both drove the golf cart last weekend, which we were very excited about. And I'm looking forward to hearing about a little bit more about that, how that was. Also, guys, I hate to say it, but I think I'm tapped out on cake. I had 14 slices of cake in 1 week. 14 slices of cake in 1 week, and it's interesting when you hit slice 11 and 12, your body starts actively rejecting the cake, and it stops tasting good. 14 is too much. When I got to slice 11, it was feeling the cake didn't taste as good, and it's not because it was old, because I knew it was still good cake. It was my body telling me I should not eat any more cake. 14 is too much. That's true. All right, I think let's get started today. One sec while I key this up. Caden's here. What's up, Caden? How you doing, man? What are you gonna do with the rest of the cake? Oh man, it's the rest of the cake. Here, I'm gonna start up and I'm gonna play our beginning song, and then we can get into cake talk, because the cake has like a really intense reputation at my house now. Yeah, the cake has quite the reputation. But everybody, welcome one and all. Today we're gonna get fired up, everybody. Oh no, I missed the cue. Hello everybody, welcome. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hello everybody, Peyton's here, Parkies is here, Kevin's here, Annalise is here, Caden's here, Kendrick's here, Eleanor the Bee is here, which probably means that Marley Bird is close behind. Hello everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Wonders with Charlie Live. I'm so excited that everybody's here today. I've been looking forward to today all weekend because today we're talking about insects. We're talking about something nature related, which of course you guys know is my absolute jam. So today we're gonna have a fun time. I'm very excited about it. Marley Bird is here, that's who I was looking for. Last week, the interview. Last week we had an interview with someone from Blue Origins. Dr. Erica Wagner. Interview went perfectly. They really enjoyed it. They always had a great time. I think we might be queuing up another one for October, which is something to really look forward to. I don't know how you guys are doing lately, but everything's turning into a wonderfully fall-like scenario here in Chicago. And it's so nice out. I had a terrific weekend. I have some videos to show you guys about what I did this weekend, and I'm having a great time. Any information about the gaming channel? Piano Eagle, yes. I have information about the gaming channel. Good morning, Rajan Destin. Welcome. The gaming channel is in effect. I'm going to pile it up right now so we can see it. YouTube.com. Let's see if it works. We had one gaming stream this last weekend, and it was pretty good. We played Among Us. Still working out the kinks, still figuring out how to play Among Us, but it was very good. But today, welcome everybody. The song's ending, so I will say welcome to another episode of Wonders with Charlie Live. Today we have an enormous amount to do today. It never ends. There's always so much to do, guys. I wish I could live a trillion lifetimes because there is always so much to do and so much to learn. Today we're talking about insects, but quickly I want to answer Piano Eagle's question about gaming channel. Yes, gaming channel is up and running. I think we're going to do some streams on Sundays on the gaming channel where we're going to play some games together. We started playing Among Us, which was a little bit tricky to do on stream because if I was ever imposter, everybody immediately knew what was going on. But I will look up the link real quick, see if I can do it. World by Charlie Gaming. It was really fun. Rajan, you don't like insects very much? Well, we're gonna change that up for you, Myron. Or Rajan. Shout out to Myron. Peyton, how are you doing? Okay, World by Charlie Gaming. Here it is. I'm just gonna get it so I can spam it in the chat. That's gaming channel if you guys want to check it out. But Casey Cole's here. What's up, Casey Cole? Are we doing a game night? Game night's on Friday, guys. Game night is slamming. Game night's killing it right now. Game night this week from 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday. We're streaming today on Tuesday and also on Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Today is all about insects. We're going to learn a little bit about insects. And then on Thursday, let me think. What are we doing on Thursday? Oh, Thursday we're learning how to play the violin, which will be terrific. Calvin's on the Calvin's on the emoji news right here. There's a beetle, cockroach, and housefly emoji coming very soon later this year. I'm so glad to hear that insects are being appropriately represented in the emoji world. It is about time. Is that right, Calvin? Calvin, are there any animal-related holidays today? Did I miss anything like that? Let me know. Let's try some new music. Let's see how this is rolling. We're going to try a little bit different music today. But now I have a pet spider. Piano, yes, piano, music-related stream, piano on Thursday. Guys, question for you guys. Does anybody know how to play the violin? Who's watching chat? Anybody know the violin? Clem, what's up, Clem? This week is World's Rainforest Awareness Week. Tomorrow's National Fossil Day. Excellent. Oh, Kevin, terrific. Kevin, honestly, 2 years in elementary school is all we need. That's all we need. Because we're going to take some auditory hearing tests together to see if anybody has perfect pitch or really good pitch in chat. And then after that, I have a violin or a fiddle, because Kirby used to play the fiddle, and I do not know how to play it. And we're going to figure out how to play it together on stream. So I think that would be really great. It'll be probably really terrible at first, but I think we can get the hang of it, because that's one of my favorite things to do. All right. First things first. Jayla, what's up, Jayla? How you doing? First things first, I want to show you some photos that we had sent in. These are from Annalisa Piano and Mama Opal. They went on a camping trip this weekend at their cabin in Indiana. And I don't know if you guys have been to Indiana, but Indiana is just like absolutely slamming. What do insect lovers do when you have an insect in your house? Do you kill it, trap it, and set it free, befriend it, and give it a snack? Oh! Annalise, I'm so excited that you asked this question. Sorry. Because today on stream, there is an entomological collecting tool that, guys, just a warning, I'm going to be nerding out super hard this entire stream because I really like this stuff. So if I go a little overboard with the nerddom, I apologize. But this is my jam, so I'm excited. All right, so Mama Opal, welcome, Mama Opal. How you doing? Okay. There is a specific entomological collection tool that I have been interested in using legit for the past 5 years. But I don't know if I'm going to use it or not because its entire existence is an ethical quandary. And I don't know whether it's ethical to use it or not. Today on stream, we're going to put that tool on trial, and we're going to set up a debate where we're going to figure out whether it's okay to use it or if we should not use it. You guys are going to be the jury. So you guys are going to be the ones who determine whether or not it's okay. But as a preliminary question, I would like to pose Annalise's question to the chat. When you find an insect in your house, what do you do? Do you squash it? Bam. Do you scoop it up on a piece of paper and usher it out a window? Do you ignore it and let it be? Or I think someone in the chat said they had to have a spider pet. Do you acquire it as a pet and feed it? That's my question. What do you guys think? Eleanor says, I love insects a lot. Caden, I got your Gmail. Yeah, I'll respond to it. Eli says, you let it be. You let it be. Interesting. Jayla says they trap it and set it free. You never need to apologize for being excited. Oh, Annalise, thank you. Wait! Mrs. Opal brings in Annalise to kill the insects. Okay. Rajan, scoop it out. It depends what kind of insect. Okay, guys, this is worthy of a straw poll, I think. We're going to do a quick straw poll. Straw poll. Pardon me. Perdóname, lo siento. Okay. You find a bug. You, kill it. I don't like using the word kill. You smash it. You put it outside. Let it be. Or you acquire it as a pet. All right, what do you think? Create poll. Share. Copy. Straw poll in the chat. Well, if I kill him, if it's my room, I use a flip-flop. If it's downstairs, I use my dad's shoe. If it's a fly, I whack it out of the air with a towel. First off, Annalise, you whack it out of the air with a towel. That requires an incredible amount of coordination. So first off, that's incredible. Also, I just like the fact that you have different techniques depending on where you are. So Annalise is our experienced animal killer. Unless the cats get it first. Do cats kill insects? That's really interesting. Brandon, spray insects? Yeah, I know that's something that happens too. Keegan, what's up, Keegan? How you doing, man? What are we doing? We're talking about insects today. Today's all about entomology and insects. Yeah, slamming it out of the air with a towel requires an incredible amount of practice. Yes, they stare at them, and then they play with them and eventually send them to their doom. Wow, that's wild. My dogs snatch some chipmunks sometimes, but nothing like that. Nada, what did you do to the cockroach? Audrey, what's up, Audrey? How you doing? Welcome. We're talking about insects. We have a straw poll. What do you do when you find an insect in your house? It seems like most people put it outside. One person smashes it. I think this one person is Annalise. A couple of people let it be, and a couple of people acquire it as a pet. Sometimes I let spiders be. I'm not sure. Oh, piano. You're self-taught on the piano? That's so sick. I'm self-taught with all video stuff. I love... Yeah, you can learn anything online now. Do you have any interest in insects? Yes, I'm very, very into insects. So I want to show you guys. All right, so it seems like most of us put it outside. So when it comes to insects, most of us are pacifists. We have a drawer bed that we pull when needed. I put a small mat on the cockroach, pulled the bed right on top of it. Wait, we have a drawer bed that we pull in. Wait, so wait, Nada, you squashed a cockroach with a pull-out bed? Ugh. I think Josie's right. It truly depends on what insect it is. I don't squash most insects. I think the only insects that I really kill are flies. Other than that, I usually try to scoop them up and then put them outside. Okay, I want to show you guys something really quick. These are sent in by Annalise. Guys, if you have any photos, if you have any wildlife photos or photos of any projects that you have that you want to send in, I say this every time, but you can put them up there at worldbycharlieofficial@gmail.com. You can send them to this address right here and they'll appear in the slideshow. Right here, we have a birthday card that has a blue jay on it that Jennifer sent in. And that is a photo of some quails, I think, that Calvin sent in that he saw at his friend's farm. So there you go. These are some things that Annalise sent in. If anyone's been to Indiana, you know that Indiana has like the most slammin', absolutely beautiful fall weather in general. The fall is just absolutely beautiful in Indiana. So Annalise and Piano and Mrs. Opal went to their cabin this weekend, which appears to be in some sort of a forest. And this was my favorite photo that you guys sent me. I think I asked Annalise in an email, is this your cabin right here? Because this is so cute and cozy if it is. Oh, guys, these colors are slamming. Destiny, I love fall. I love fall too. Love fall. Fall is without a doubt my favorite part of the year. It's like an emotional reset. The whole forest becomes a rainbow. It's just extraordinary. I love it so much. That's actually a slingshot range? What? This is a slingshot range? That's so sick. Do you have a slingshot range? Oh my gosh. This cabin sounds so cool. So, my question for Annalise and Piano, who's better at slingshot? Or Mrs. Opal. Here it looks like there's some outbuildings over here, but look at these trees, man. They're just so golden and crisp. Looks like you can just munch them for breakfast or melt them down into a gold nugget. Good morning, Cameron. How you doing? We still have a few left for foliage like that. Kevin, where are you at? Where in the US are you? Ugh, this looks so nice. Georgia. Okay, yeah, south. That makes sense. Fall is great. Fall is without a doubt my favorite time of year. I'm doing good, Cameron. Thanks. I'm excited to be talking about bugs today. Calvin's in Schaumburg near me in Illinois, and right now, this like last weekend was like peak fall. It was nice and warm, a lot of colors in the trees. It was very cool. But here's what we did this weekend. I have a couple of videos to show you. Annalise, you gotta get up there. Maybe you can use your towel skills to slingshot some flies out of the air. So today was a very special weekend at the Engelman household because today was honey harvest weekend. I have two videos to show you. So we have 100,000 bees in our backyard, 100,000 honeybees, which sounds like a lot, but it's just two really large hives. Excuse me, there's about 50,000 bees per hive. And here's a video of what it looks like. You saw this, Kevin? Oh, so cool. All right, see you later. See you later, Jayla. Kirby is a master beekeeper. That is, yes, that is correct. First off, just watch this video and see how see what my parents are wearing compared to what Kirby's wearing. You'll see right here.
Gorgeous, darling.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Look at that.
You gonna take it out? No.
No, we're just gonna.
Here, separate them.
Just gonna leave it in for them.
Yeah, they're working.
Okay. All right, let's go.
See,
So-
uncapped.
Capped and uncapped. You can see the difference.
Nice.
All right, so I hope you can hear it. Here's a little quick video. First off, Kirby, everyone's totally masked up, and Kirby is just like no hood. No hood, feeling fine. So what we're doing right here is we're opening up the beehives and pulling out the frames. So these are frames right here, and you'll see each frame holds like a scaffolding upon which the bees build comb and insert honey into the comb and then cap it, right? What's up, you cool? Welcome. So if you look at this, this is like nearly a whole entire frame full of capped honey. And if you look on the other side, Oh, this is a great close-up. So these are uncapped cells that they haven't quite finished yet, and the honey is kind of exposed, and here is the capped cells. So you take these frames out, and you let them dry for like a week, and then you use a tool to scrape the caps off of them, and then you put them in a centrifuge, which we're doing next weekend, and it spins around and around and around, and that kind of removes the honey from the comb. But this is a great shot of the capped honey and the uncapped honey. And then this is a video that I wanted to show you guys just to show you how much honey you're gonna get. All right, one sec, here we go.
We're gonna look at it first.
What's up, Jonathan? How you doing, man?
That's
Yeah.
very full.
Beautiful.
That's very full.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a great shot of all of the honey in the entire frame. Both sides of this are covered with honey. This, I'm just totally estimating. I think this is at least like 3 jars of honey right now. And we probably have like 40 of these frames. So we have like over 100 jars of honey that we're harvesting. So we're really kind of fired up about that. But I showed this to Nada. And Nada was wondering what this is. Does anybody know what this is right here? Question for the chat. The thing that my mom is holding. Why is that person not wearing a hat thingy? It's Kirby, because Kirby's so cool. Kirby has a lot of experience keeping bees, so she's very calm around them. And I mean, if you're kind of calm and collected around them, they won't really attack you. It's kind of neat. A smoker, yes. A smoky thingy. Yeah, this is the smoker. So I was talking to Nada about this, and the smoker, people say it kind of calms the bees so they don't attack you. But in our bee episode, which some people might have seen in Weird But True, we learned that when you smoke a hive, the bees interpret that smoke as a wildfire happening around them. So they go into like emergency mode right away, and they start slurping up the honey in the hive, thinking that they like have to preserve it. They start slurping it up in preparation for their hive to burn down, so that they can then fly to another hive and deposit it in there. They're like, oh, we have to save the honey. So they become super preoccupied with slurping up their own honey that they don't worry about you coming in, so they're less likely to sting you. So it just makes the bees extremely preoccupied. But because they think that a forest fire is happening around them, when in actuality, they're just being puffed with a little bit of smoke. It's really like an interesting dynamic. Yeah. Would they open up the sealed ones? The bees? Nada, that's a great question. So when the bees are smoked, do they just go to the uncapped ones, or would they go to the sealed ones and try to open them up to slurp up the honey? That I don't know. I really have no idea. Do you get out the honeycomb or just the honey? You can do both. You can initially you just remove the honey from the honeycomb, but some people like that honeycomb. They like either like chewing on it, or maybe you want to harvest it to make chapstick or candles or something like that. So that's really easy to do. You almost just kind of scrape it off that scaffolding in the frame, which is really nice. Keegan, your dog's name is Charlie? Awesome. All right, those are the things that I wanted to show you guys this morning. So let's get into today's activities. Today's activities, what we're going to do. Let's talk about it real quick. Switching over to the iPad real quick. All right, so there are a couple things that we could do today. So let's see if this works. Does this work? Ah, terrific. To do today. To do today. Today's all about entomology, so we're going to learn about bugs. We're going to do some collecting. We're going to learn about Arthropod. Oh shoot! No. So, one thing that we could do. It's totally up to you guys what you want to do and in what order. So the first thing that we could do is we could learn about arthropods. And I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a Weird But True episode about arthropods where we do a really good job of going over what arthropods are and how to separate insects into different groups. It's kind of fun to watch because it's a Weird But True episode. Also, it's like an absolute nightmare because I really don't like watching myself on television. And it was from a really long time ago. So we'll be kind of watching it and learning a little bit and reacting to it. So this is a Weird But True episode. We're gonna watch part of it and we're gonna react to it, and it's gonna be an absolute nightmare, but it's gonna be a lot of fun too. I just rewatched the episode last night, Calvin. That's crazy. Let's see. The other thing that we can do is an insect collection. So I have two ways of collecting insects. One that we could do and set up and actively do during stream, and another one that we could kind of prepare and it'll happen over the next few days, and then we'll check in on Thursday to see if we collected any insects. So insect collecting. And the last one, which I'm really excited about, is an entomology debate. The entomology debate is what I was talking about. There's this tool. There's a tool that I'm really excited about using, but I'm not sure if it's okay or not. I'm not sure if it makes sense. And I don't know. I'm interested in kind of talking about it through with you guys to see if it makes sense as something that we should do or not. So, Charlie, did you know that I watched a video of this guy had 2,000 bees on him? That's crazy. The beard of bees. Ugh. That's something that I've never done. Would you guys ever put a beard of bees on yourself? That's my question. But I think honestly, guys, it makes the most sense. It makes the most sense for us to start with a little bit of insect collecting. And then if you want to, we could do this, or we could go back and do the second collecting thing, and then probably end with this, because this is the one that I'm very excited about to see what you guys think about it. The entomology debate. Yes. Although, Annalise, you've kind of established yourself as a reputation of the insect. I don't want to say killer, but I'll say smasher right now. The insect smasher. So I think I already know where you're going to land on this debate, but we'll see. But first off, I'm going to set up this thing real quick. And then we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to need some help and insight from you guys. Michelle, you're in a 107-person Zoom class? That's absolutely outrageous. So right now, I'm going to set up one of the first collection methods real quick, and then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to use it ourselves. So I'll just be hanging out back here for just a sec. Is that good? Oh, this might burn it. Okay. What are we gonna do with all that honey? We don't sell our honey, but I love it so much. It's so great because whenever you have, at the end of every fall, we end up with like 100 jars of honey pretty much. So much honey. So what we did is Lucy, my older sister, who's an illustrator, she designed a label that says Angle Bee Honey on it because our last name is Engelman, and it has a lot of flowers and interesting illustrations on it. So a label that we can print out and like stick onto the jars, so it's like our own family brand of honey. And anytime a friend comes over or we have a visitor, It's like a nice little gift that you can give to them throughout the whole year because honey keeps so long. So anytime someone comes over, you ask them if they want to leave with a jar of honey, and everyone is so excited about it. We also give it to our neighbors, which is a really nice gift because the bees pollinated their flowers. So a lot of their flowers that were in their yards led to this honey, which is really nice. So we give it to our neighbors and we give it to our friends and people who stop by. It's like the perfect little gift to just have on hand so you can kind of give out. But this year, I'm also making marshmallows because I really want to try that recipe that you brought up, Annalise. Brandon, how do you make honey? The bees make honey all themselves. They pollinate the plants, and in the process they kind of collect pollen, turn it into honey, and then deposit it in their hive. And then you saw us removing it from the hive earlier this weekend, and then we're gonna spin it. I'll take some videos of the centrifuge process so you guys can see what that's like. It's like a big barrel that spins those things around and around and around, and the honey shoots to the sides of the barrel, drips down the sides into a spout that then drops in. It's really interesting. Yeah. Annalise, I can hook you guys up with some honey if you want some. Don't worry about it. How do they make the honeycomb? I have no idea. I'm not sure the process of how bees convert pollen into honey, and I don't really know the process of how they make the honeycomb or what they make it out of. That's a great question. What do they make it out of? I don't know. Kendrick, your sister says hello. Hello, Kendrick's sister. How you doing? All right, guys, today, do you see the setup right here? It's kind of hard to see because there's so much orange in this orange room. So we have a funnel down here with a little collecting jar on it. And on top, we have a light bulb. This is a heat source. So this is an insect collecting method called Berlese Funnel. So I'm gonna show you, it's kind of spelled like this. Oh, rats, why did that happen? Huh, this got all jumbled. Oh wait, no. There we go. So this is called a Berlese funnel, guys. Berlese funnel. I think it's spelled like this. Berlese funnel. Anybody heard about one of these before? I think Calvin might be the one. Is this the entomology debate thing? Annalise, this is not the entomology debate thing. The entomology debate thing is coming a bit later, but this is bringing us towards, we're working up towards the entomology debate thing. But we will make sure that everybody knows that that's happening because that's important. And I am personally wrestling with that. And I think you guys will all provide some valuable insight. So this is how a Berlese funnel works. This is our first kind of collecting method. Berlese funnel, oop, that's too big. We'll call it like there. Berlese funnel is a funnel. Gosh, I'm just so trash at drawing right now. I'm not my sister, guys. My sister is the one. Okay. So here's the situation. Okay. So this music is killing me. I've heard about this, didn't know what it's called about till now. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Okay, Berlese funnel, right? Berlese funnel is a pretty simple way to collect insects. It's like so surprisingly simple, and I love the idea because it doesn't necessarily kill the insects that you're collecting too. Necessarily, it depends on how you use it. So the simple parts of a Berlese funnel are these. You have a funnel piece right here, which is our funnel. It's hard to tell. It's right there at the bottom. You have attached to the bottom of the funnel is a collecting jar. some sort of jar or like pit that things could theoretically fall into. And here we have some sort of a screen. And here we have a light source that generates heat. So here's how it works. You take a soil sample and you put it inside this funnel right here. You just literally like dig up a big fat soil sample and put it into the funnel. And then you turn on the heat source, which generates heat and dries up the sample in a gradient. So first it dries up the top. First it dries up the top layer, and then it dries up further and further as you get down. So insects don't want to be around that super, super dry soil because they start becoming dehydrated. So all of the insects, right? Bloop, 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 insects, they start migrating downward to the bottom of the funnel. Eventually, everything becomes so dry that they go through the screen into the bottom collecting jar right down here. So literally all you have to do is get a funnel, put a heat source on top, which is this light, and all of the insects in that soil sample are going to crawl downwards and eventually plop right into this collecting pit jar waiting for you right at the bottom. Berlese Funnel, everybody. Miracle of science. A wonderful collecting entomological tool. So, I think we're going to do this during a stream right now. We have one set up. We have a heat source right here, the top. We have the funnel right here, and we have the pit. All I need from you guys is to decide where we should collect the sample from. First off, does this funnel make sense? Does the Berlese funnel concept make sense? Heat source on top, dries it top to bottom, insects travel top to bottom, and end up in this pit right here. See, Josie, see you cool? Okay, everybody. So, here I have prepared a map of my yard, everyone. A map of my yard. The question for you guys, the question is, where should we collect the soil sample that we are going to put in the Berlese funnel and try to draw the insects out of? Let me take you on a quick tour of my yard, everybody. Welcome everybody to the England backyard. How are you doing today? Please keep your hands and feet inside the computer as we travel through the England backyard. Here in the center, you'll see our wonderfully rectangular gray house. It's wonderfully rectangular and wonderfully gray. In the front of the house, we have a perennial bed. A perennial bed, perennial flowers are flowers that come back year to year. They're not very showy, but they do look very nice. At this time of year, they're all pretty much dead. Here we also have a beautiful pond right in the middle of the perennial bed. Another beautiful feature in the front yard is our flower bed in the front. Also, at this time of year, everything is dead. So, not a lot of interesting things happening in that flower bed. To the left of the yard of the house, you will find a beautiful locust tree, which right now is as crisp and golden as the forest trees in the Opal's cabin property. Moving on to the eastward side of the property, you will find a red maple tree, which is the most beautiful color of red in this fine fall day. As we pass onward to the backyard, on the right of the house, you will find a hosta garden, where we keep most of our green hosta. That is also where you will find the 2 beehives and 100,000 bees, now angry because we removed a considerable portion of their honey last weekend. Below the hives, you will find the Engelmann compost pile, where we put our fruit, rinds, and extra food that we do not consume. It is gross, it is full of decaying, nasty things, but it's also frequently visited by raccoons and possums at night, and also coyotes. A wonderful feature of the bottom of the Engelmann property is a curvy, windy creek that is full of water approximately 50% of the time, especially after it rains. Here is one of the prime features of the Engelmann house. It is my mom's dahlia bed. Dahlias are a beautiful type of flower which are blooming crazily right now and look so nice. It's a cutting flower bed that looks beautiful. To the westward side of the dahlia bed is our native bed. All we do is we mow this down in the spring, and whatever seeds plant there, whatever seeds show up are deposited by birds or the wind, grows there. It is my favorite part of the backyard. It's always a mystery what we'll see. We never know. Finally, near the house is our vegetable garden. All of our vegetables were dead. This year, the vegetable garden was a complete and utter disaster for some reason. Nothing really grew. It was an extraordinary disappointment. That brings us back to our final wide shot of the Engelmann property. Thank you so much for joining us today on the tour of our house and the neighboring yard. Now we must determine where to get our soil sample from. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tip your tour guide on the way out and fill out a positive review in the visitor center. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Okay. With that being said, first off, any questions about the backyard? And my question is, where should we get this soil sample? Where should we get this soil sample? Where do you think would be the best place to get the soil sample? I'll throw out some ideas just right off the top. I think in any of the dead places, like here and here, vegetable garden, flower bed, not so great. Under the trees, usually you won't find much right there. Perennial bed has some potential, especially since it's near the pond, so we could get some stuff there. Beehives, even though the bees are there, there's not really that much stuff crawling on the ground. So Annalie thinks the creek would have a lot of life, so the creek here would be really interesting. I agree. I think our four best options right here are creek, dahlia bed, native bed, honestly, compost. There's a lot of decaying food in there that you know attracts some really gross stuff. So I feel like there's some stuff in there. So we have some votes for pond, for dahlias, and for creek. Pond, dahlias, and creek. Anybody else have any questions or any strong feelings about any of that stuff? Native bed, dahlia, pond, creek. By the creek and the dahlia bed. I hope creek or compost. Okay, I think we're gonna put this up to a quick little vote. We're gonna do straw poll. Where to collect. It seems like we have creek is one that we're interested in. Dahlia bed or compost. Create poll. Share. Copy. Euclid's wondering, what would your name be if you were a bee? Anything besides Charlie? If I was a bee, Strupple in the chat if you guys want to vote on creek, dahlia bed, or compost. If I was a bee, what would I be named? If I was a bee, what would I be named? If I was a bee, what would I be named? If I wasn't named Charlie, I know my parents were going to name me Henry. I don't think I look like a Henry, so I don't know about that. What would anybody got ideas for what my bee name would be? Who said that? You cool, what would your bee name be? I wonder. Charbie. I think that's it. I think I'm just Charbie. Be cool, Charbie, be cool. You cool is be cool. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it's Charbie. I think my bee name is Charbie. I like that. You definitely look like a Charlie, not a Henry. I agree. I really am glad that my name's not Henry. I really like my name as it is, so it works for me. Okay, guys. It looks like we're pretty interested in the creek. So I think I'm going to do creek. I think we're going to do creek. Okay. We're going to do creek. I'm going to do this as quick as I can, but it's going to take a second. So I have a question for you guys. I have to bounce. I have to head out. I have to get that sample and be back. And then we're going to put it in here and roast it under this nice light to see if we can get anything out of it. We're going to go to the creek and collect a sample. My question for you guys, as usual, what would you guys like to see and what would you guys like to hear when I'm gone? Do you want a wide shot, an empty wide shot? Do you want to see, I'll be right back. You want to get a shot of Lucy? And what music do you want to listen to? So empty wide shot, or do you want to see Lucy? And yeah, what do you guys think? Wide shot Lucy, and what music? Do you want slow music? Do you want hype music? We've been listening to slow music all day, but we can also go, we have some really hype music that we play for game night. Flight of the Bumblebee music. Not as specifically wants to look hype music. Okay. We're gonna go, guys. We're gonna go Lucy. I'm gonna show you guys Lucy. We're gonna do some hype music. I really hope this works out. We'll see. Let me listen to this. Okay, we're gonna do hype music. New game night music. All right, this is our game night music. So here we go. I'll be right back. Everybody, not as in charge, everybody. I'm gonna go as fast as I can with a soil sample. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Does it look really bright? Is this shot really bright on your camera? One sec. A bit? Cool, I think that's better. Okay, everybody. We've acquired our soil sample. Berlese funnel. Dirt goes in here. One sec. No, it's spilled already. Okay, so the trick is we gotta put it on top of the screen. All right, Eleanor, enjoy your art class. Okay, let's try this again. I think I got too much of a sample. Okay, here we go. Okay, we had a good scoop. Good scoop, number 2. Good scoop, number 3. Good scoop number 4. Okay, now we're just rolling. Oh, I love the smell of dirt, man. It smells so good. Okay, I think that's good. I hope there's a few living things in there. Onto your bottom. Okay, cool. Dirt in. Collecting thing right here. We're gonna put it under the heat lamp. Lowering the heat lamp. That's very hot. If a fire starts behind me, let me know. You guys are on fire duty. Ah, it's so hot. Okay, cool. Berlese funnel is prepared and ready to go. Now, all we have to do is wait for the sample to dry, top to bottom. All of the insects are gonna migrate through and drop in there. So every now and then, my heart is racing. I had too much cake last week. So every now and then we're gonna double check and see how it is. Whew. Charlie Van, what up? Kevin, your trash can caught on fire? That's absolutely outrageous. You cool, don't worry, man, we can catch you next week. Okay, so we actively have one collecting method prepared right back there. Now, I'm asking you guys what you would like to do next. We could set up a collection experiment. You guys want to set up a collection experiment? Watch some Arthropod, Weird But True. or the great entomology debate? What would you guys like to do? Create poll, share, copy. I'm so hot right now. Oh, straw poll in the chat. What would you guys like to do next? Iron Golem needs to know how tall I am. Iron Golem, I'm 6'3". I'm so tall. Nada, how tall are you? Right? I think Nada's not tall. I'm sorry, I don't know what that's mean. I just know we've talked about heights before. Everybody throw your height in the chat. How tall is everybody? Sorry, Nada. I did not mean to throw you under the bus like that so quick. So we were interested in watching some Arthropod, weird but true. All right. I'm one standard Kirby plus 5. Kevin with the weird but true references. That's from, what is that, from Trees episode, I think? 5'10", Brandon, tall crew. What's up, height gang? 5'7", 5'9". Not around 5 foot. Not what you lack in height, you make up for in spunk and personality. So all heights are welcome around here. 5'8", nice. 5'4", we're all in the height range. Okay, so oh, is it from Nature Boom Time when we climb the giant sequoia? Yeah, I think so. All right, it seems like some people are interested in watching some Arthropod Weird But True, which is great. So we'll watch some Arthropod Weird But True to help us identify any sorts of insects that we might find back there. And then afterwards, we're gonna take a close look at the time, and we might, think. We're gonna keep an eye at the time so we can get into the great entomological debate, because that's what I really need your guys' help with. So we'll make sure that we have time to do that. One of the ones where you talked about how tall trees were, I think that's either Weird But True Trees or Nature Boom Time Giant Sequoias versus Coastal Redwoods, or the climbing one for sure. Iron, you want to be tall? You want some tips to be tall? Unfortunately, that one's up to your genetics. So we're gonna be, if tall people can be nice and kind, and short people can be nice and kind, and I think that's what matters. Oh my gosh, Teddy Opal is here too? Excellent. Is Calvin an adult or a kid? I don't know, we're all kids at heart. I think, I don't know how old Calvin is. All I know is that Calvin knows an enormous amount about animals. He is our resident animal expert. So Calvin, if you want to share, feel free to share, but if you don't want to share, that's all right. Whatever you want to do, man. Let's see. Calvin could be a prodigy. I think no matter if Calvin's young or if Calvin's old, he has an encyclopedic knowledge of animals, which is absolutely incredible. I'm an adult but a kid at heart. Calvin, I'm part of that team too. Adult but kids at heart. Okay, guys, we're gonna watch some Weird But True. Oh my gosh, we're gonna watch some Weird But True season 1 that we filmed 4 years ago about arthropods. The stream might get shut down, but I don't know how. So this will be a good experiment. I don't know if that'll happen, but we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch the Weird But True episode about arthropods, learn about arthropods. Do you guys mind if I pause at any time to give you some like behind the scenes info or anything like that? Let me know. Also, if you want to ask some questions during this, we can ask some questions too in the chat. Elizabeth, what up? How you doing? Welcome to the chat, Elizabeth. So please do that. Okay, we'll give you some behind the scenes stuff, guys. I don't know if you've ever done anything like this, but it is like the worst thing in the world to watch yourself perform. I think it's because I'm so critical of my performance, and I think I've gotten a lot better than I was in season 1. I think I'm like super yelly and like way too hyper aggressive in season 1. So it's gonna make me really anxious. I'm putting something in my hand that I can mess with. I'm using some Sculpey so I can calm down a bit, but this freaks me out. All right, you cool, you don't know? Okay. How do you handle post-production in VOs? Oh, Kevin, every time I get an episode to watch that's a rough cut, which means it's the version of it before it's finished, I immediately feel nauseous after I watch it. Because you try so hard and you want it to be so good, and inevitably there are some things that you don't like or that aren't up to its full potential, and it makes you feel sick sometimes. So it's crazy. You cool. So when I'm not doing Wonders with Charlie and Wonderopolis stuff, I host a television show on Disney Plus called Weird But True. It's a show I created for National Geographic and Disney. I'm the EP and I write it and I host it with Kirby. And it's on its 3rd season right now. This is the 1st season. It's a really long time ago, everybody. Okay, Calvin, I'm sure that many of us feel uneasy watching videos of us on... Yeah, I agree. This is going to be an absolute nightmare, guys. Okay, I don't know if... I can't even watch this. Oh my God! No! I can't even do this. Oh no! Okay, see you later, Charlie. All right. Love Kirby's guest appearance on last... The cooking episode was our way of dealing with Kirby's backstory. I think I've talked about that before, but we wanted to do something really quick that acknowledged Kirby leaving and Carly arriving. Okay.
Hey guys, today we're hanging out at the North Carolina Museum.
Can you guys hear this? Is this a good volume? I'm going to turn it up a little. Let me know if it's too quiet or too loud. Oh my God.
Of Natural Sciences. Today, it's all...
I can't do this, man. I can't do this. This is the most uncomfortable thing in the world. Pre-hat days. Yeah, this is when I had hair. This is when I had hair, guys.
What's up, Kerm?
Hey, Charles.
Hey, guys.
You got a little, something happening.
Whoa, check that out. Guess it's time to start the show. This is Weird But True.
Look at Charlie's hair, everybody. Look at Charlie's hair. Oh, man. It's a bit quiet. All right, I'll turn it up as much as I can. Yeah, Charlie had hair. Wow. This is when I was losing my hair. So you could tell I'm like really losing my hair. In season 2, I had to put this powder in my hair to make it look like I had more hair. It was so absurd. Calvin, I don't know the idea of that. It's either a blue morpho or another one. I'm not really sure. Oh, sorry. I meant to press play. Oh. All right, I'm gonna try to turn it up as much as we possibly can. How's that? How's that volume? We totally replaced this intro for season 3. I really like the new intro. It didn't really fit the aesthetic or anything like that. But here we go. Bro, I got...
Hey, guys.
Oh my gosh. Dude. Ah!
Charlie here. You know my sister, Kirby.
Hey, guys.
First off, can we all acknowledge how cute and awesome Kirby is?
Kirby's hard at work because earlier today, we were on the phone with our older sister, Casey.
Casey's here.
Casey!
Hey, Charles. Quick question. What's your favorite insect?
I don't know, like a spider or something?
Spiders actually aren't insects.
Wait, what? Yeah, what?
Yeah, what?
God, I can't do this, everybody. I can't.
Spider's not an insect. What the heck are you talking about, Casey? A spider's not an insect?
Yeah, spiders aren't insects. They're arthropods.
Okay.
Arthropods. What's an arthropod?
Oh, sorry, I gotta go.
Wait, Casey!
Yep, see ya.
Casey!
Classic
Okay,
writing.
bye.
Casey's just gotta go. She just leaves us high and dry.
So yeah, thanks, Case.
For nothing.
So get this, we've been hitting the books, and it turns out that spiders are just the beginning.
Weird but true, spiders aren't insects. And dragonflies and mayflies aren't flies. Ladybugs and lightning bugs aren't bugs. All bugs are insects, but not all insects are bugs, so it's kind of entirely confusing.
Oh gosh, I don't like the way I'm talking. It's kind of entirely confusing. So, wait, what was that? All bugs are insects, but all insects aren't bugs or something like that? Ladybugs aren't bugs, dragonflies aren't flies. There are a lot of confusing things like that, which is the reason why I wanted to write this episode. This is honestly, Casey and Kirby are both adorbs. Dude, if you want an adorable moment on camera, you just bring Casey and Kirby on camera, and they're like the cutest in the world. This is the first television episode I ever wrote. The first episode I ever wrote, and it became a show, which was mind-boggling. Calvin was introduced to the world of arthropods and other invertebrates from watching A Bug's Life when I was little. Yeah! Mine was when I would watch... Calvin, did you ever do the Eyewitness books? Did you ever read those when you were little? I love those books so much.
It's enormous. enormously confusing.
But the thing is that everything we've mentioned so far today,
Spiders,
dragonflies,
mayflies,
ladybugs, and lightning bugs are all...
arthropods.
So that's what we're doing today, unraveling the world of...
Yeah, Michelle, Lucy
Arthropods.
voices a character on Weird But
So
True.
it turns out that this world we live in...
Oh, Elizabeth, tell your daughter I think that's so amazing. I'm glad that she's learning. The eyewitness books are my favorite. I haven't seen the video series on YouTube, but yes, Lucy voices our like virtual assistant in our in HQ in season 3. It's called Lucy, and instead of saying Alexa or okay Google, you say hey Lucy. So it's like hey Lucy, how many miles is the diameter of the Earth? And then she'll say, hey, Charlie, and then answer you. It's super cute, and she has this face. But in true Lucy form, she never physically appears on screen. It's only her voice. Anna says, I only think I watched one season of Weird But True, maybe the last one. Depends on what's available on Nat Geo Kids Abu Dhabi. I don't know what's available.
dominated
on
by
Abu Dhabi.
arthropods.
Patrick's here, guys. Patrick, you are not in this episode. Patrick's in season 1, 2, and 3, but I think you premiered in the astronaut one, right, Pat? Or the forensics one?
Complete domination.
According to some super smart expert scientists,
Over 80% of all animal species in the entire world are arthropods. Let's check out that number a bit more closely.
A bit more closely.
If you had a box of candy that represented all the animal species in the world, and the green ones were arthropods, and all other animals were the other colors, this is what that would look like.
That's a big old box of candy.
And it'd be the best candy you've ever eaten because the green ones are always the best.
That's true. Green jelly beans are always the best.
There are roughly 10 million arthropod species in the entire world. That's a ton of arthropods, but here's my question.
Pat, what are you up to, man?
What is an arthropod and what isn't?
I got you, Curb. Okay, guys, so if you have...
I think I got a lot better at this.
an animal and you think it
the
might
course
be an
of time.
arthropod, you gotta look out for these 3 things.
Okay, this is what an arthropod is. So,
Arthropod characteristic
what is an
number
arthropod?
1, jointed body segments.
They're separated into segments,
Jointed
which are
body
jointed,
segments.
so they're super wiggly.
Arthropod characteristic number 2, pairs of appendages.
Like the legs.
I really like this art
Pairs.
piece. It was held
Pairs.
together with magnets. I
Pairs.
thought that was
So
really
you'll never
cool.
see an arthropod that looks like
Kevin.
this or like this.
I'm
Arthropod
having a rough time watching
characteristic
this, I'm not
number
gonna lie.
3,
Patrick understands
exoskeletons.
how much I just like
Arthropods
watching
don't have
myself.
internal skeletons like us. Instead, it's like they're carrying around a big old set of armor all the time. Pretty cool. So that's all it takes. You got jointed body segments, pairs of appendages, and an exoskeleton.
Jointed body segments, pairs of appendages, and an exoskeleton is an arthropod. Got it.
And put it all together, you got yourself a nice little arthropod.
All right, so we know what they're like physically, but what does that name mean? Arthropods.
Arthropods. It's a phylum.
Phylum.
Ooh, right?
Cool science word, phylum. It's a category in biological taxonomy. Basically, that's a system that scientists use to group together plants and animals.
See,
make
Iron,
it easier to
thanks for
study.
stopping by, dude.
In order to understand what a phylum is, we need to introduce you to a very old friend of ours, the father of biological taxonomy.
Carolus Linnaeus.
Kirby is the best in costume.
That's
That's all I'm gonna say.
We'll call him Carl.
That works.
Carl was a Swedish botanist that lived about 300 years ago.
Y'all heard of Carolus Linnaeus before? You heard of this guy?
And there was nothing
You heard of
Carl
this guy?
loved more
Huh?
than organizing things into groups.
Much better.
Charlie's having a rough time. Pat, I'm having a rough time watching this episode. You know why. Pat
One day,
knows that
Carl
I don't
decided
like
to
watching
take on the
myself
greatest
television.
organizational
Especially season one
project
stuff,
of all,
since I think it got so
organizing
much better.
every living thing in the world. So he developed a new system that was used to do just that. This new system allowed scientists to separate animals and plants into groups.
So Carolus Linnaeus created a method for us to name everything in the entire world, which is absolutely insane. What? Frog Slovenia's in the chat? What is this? What is this hogwash? Come on.
So they can study how they're different and also find out what makes them the same. This new system was called Linnaean taxonomy.
Okay. Thanks, Annalise. I will pause the video and then talk. I think that'll be a little better.
It was
Thank you.
incredible. Stick around and we'll show you how it works.
Oh, look at those. I love those words. Nothing gets me more excited than like crisply cut paper, man. That's why I like the show so much. Those words are so nice. Yes, Now that we're talking about taxonomy. Taxonomy is one of my favorite words and favorite topics, and it is not as a least favorite. So let's rock and roll. Let's get some taxonomy underway.
Weird but true, the praying mantis is the only insect that looks over its shoulder.
Hey guys!
Welcome back.
Today we're checking out arthropods.
We have our first insect in the funnel, everybody.
Left off talking about our main man from the 1700s, Carl Linnaeus.
Hello, everyone.
He created a system for organizing every living thing in the entire world.
I just don't think I talk very normally like I normally talk. I think that's my issue with this, is I think I'm pushing too hard. Praying mantises are one of the best insects, I think.
Here's how it works.
Kendrick, welcome back, my dude.
There are 7 levels to this organizational system, from incredibly broad to super specific. From all the plants and animals in the entire world to one specific species. And each level has a name.
The first level is the kingdom.
Kingdoms are super broad groups like Animalia, all the animals, or Plantae, all the plants.
Annalise, you have a giant...
Each kingdom is that...
You have a giant sculpture of a praying mantis in your town? What does that look like? That's awesome. How big is it? That's so cool. Can you climb on it?
split into different phyla. Then each phyla is split into different classes, which are split into different orders, then families, then genuses, then we get a single species. Very broad.
This I love, guys. I could eat this. If I could, this is the subject that I get so excited about. I think if I were to go back to school, if I were ever to go back to college, I would get like a PhD in taxonomy because I love it so much. I don't know why, but I just want to like smash this up into a pulp and convert it into a bath and just jump into it and live in it. That's what I want to do.
All the way down to very specific.
Wait, it's a 1.5 stories tall? This sculpture of a praying mantis?
And all
That's
the plants and
outrageous.
animals in these groups are similar in some way. Let's check this out with a wonderful example, the grizzly bear.
Grizzly bears are generally awesome and also in the kingdom Animalia, along with other animals like polar bears, pandas, tigers, cows, fish, and even spiders. Then they're in a phylum called Chordata.
All the animals in Chordata have certain things in common. For example, they all have nerve fibers running down their backs.
All of these other animals are also in the phylum Chordata, except spiders because
All right,
they
so what we're
don't
doing
have a
is we're
central
narrowing
nervous system.
bears down
See,
from
our groups are
Animalia to to a more specific thing. But just for the sake of time, I kind of want to jump forward to what is the coolest craft in this episode
Immensely
and splitting arthropods into their specific groups.
Cool. Linnaean taxonomy, just a
Oh my gosh, Charlie, look. Ugh.
simple way of organizing every living thing that exists in the entire world. Why are we talking about this again?
Arthropods.
Arthropods. Arthropod is the name of a phylum. So to understand arthropods a bit better, we gotta check out the classes.
I love this room. Sorry, real quick. I love this room that we were in because this is the same room that we did Boom Time. One sec. Wait. Sorry. I'm messing with the camera so we can get a little bit lighter because the light changed. So this is the same room that we did Boom Time in, and if you look in the back, most of these are Nature Boom Time crafts, that's my favorite part
that
about
they're
this
split
whole thing.
into.
We got 4 of them.
There are hexapods, arachnids, crustaceans, and myriapods.
So this is the key. Arthropods are split into 4 groups: hexapods, arachnids, crustaceans, and myriapods.
And the easiest way to tell them apart is how many legs they have.
Pat, you're commenting on how much buttons I have unbuttoned. Is that okay that I have that many buttons unbuttoned? Is that a positive thing or a negative thing, Pat?
Like a ton of legs.
First off, guys, this is one of the sickest crafts we have. We did this craft in this episode, and we also do this craft in the newest season in the farming episode. These are called flexagons. They're so cool.
So it's no surprise that centipedes and millipedes are in this group. Crustaceans have 10 legs. These are crabs and lobsters and other marine animals. Arachnids have 8 legs, like spiders, but also ticks and scorpions. And arthropods in the hexapod class have 6 legs. That's all the insects in the entire world.
Charles!
What?
Oh,
Do you know
Charles.
what this means? Do you remember the phone call with Kate?
Just a real quick note. they had a problem. National Geographic had an issue with Kirby calling me Charles on the show. They thought it would confuse viewers if I went by Charlie and I introduced myself as Charlie, but Kirby called me Charles. They wanted us to pick a name, but Kirby so naturally called me Charles in the field all of the time that either we had to do like retake a section, film it again, or they had to edit it out. But that was just one of the a little kind of frustrating things that we had to deal with. Is Kirby can never call me Charles unless after a couple episodes they kind of caught on.
Good answer, but spiders actually aren't insects.
Wait, what?
Spiders and insects are both arthropods, but they're in different classes. Spiders are arachnids, so they have
So spiders are arachnids because they have 8 legs.
and all insects are in the hexapod.
All insects have 6 legs. So if something has 6 legs, it's technically not an insect. So spiders are not
class
insects.
with 6 legs.
Which is outrageous.
So it all makes sense now.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects. They're arthropods.
There you go.
But in order to really understand arthropods, we gotta max it out a bit.
Max it out.
Okay, then we go into the field. So this is a great place to stop. I'm so terrifically excited that I don't have to watch myself anymore.
Crustaceans and myriapods.
So this, guys, if there's like a big takeaway from this whole thing, this whole episode, this is it right here. So insects are split into different groups depending on how many legs that they have. Hexapods have 6 legs, which is kind of easy to remember because hex, like hexagon, has 6 sides. Arachnids have 8. If you can just remember that, a spider's an arachnid and they have 8 legs. Crustaceans are the only one that's a little bit tough, but they have 10 legs. And myriapods have, how many do myriapods have? Oh, many. Myriapods, many. Myriapods, many. So like millipedes and centipedes are myriapods. So hexapods, crustaceans, arachnids, myriapods. Hexapods have 6 legs, crustaceans have 10 legs, myriapods have many legs, so like hundreds of legs, and arachnids have 8 legs. That's how you can like split them up into the different groups. And all hexapods are insects. So if you see anything that doesn't have 6 legs, then that means it's not an insect. Technically, these are all technical stuff, but if you want, you can go to like common language, and it's kind of okay. Oh, Calvin, sick. I'm gonna check it out. Okay, so checking in real quick. Checking in on our soil sample, guys. We're checking in on our soil sample from our funnel. We do have, oh my gosh, this is outrageous. We do technically, I don't know if you can see it. Let me know if you guys can see this. Wait, I hope you guys can see this. One sec, this is really worthwhile. Wait, I'm gonna try to zoom in here so you guys can see it. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? I'm trying to be steady. Oh, wait. One sec, I'm gonna get it. Oh! Y'all see that? Look at that, it's so tiny! We got it! Calvin, you got an idea on this? Are you good at insects or no? Yo, there are 2! And then there's a third one. There's a little one. Oh my gosh. Yo, that's so epic. Look at that. Oh, no way. Yes. Oh my God, that's so sick. I'm so pumped about that. Exit. Let's hope that this works. It's working! I'm so fired up. Okay, cool. How cool is that? Probably a millipede centipede? Yes, millipede centipede, so many legs. If you think about many legs, so that's not an insect because it doesn't have 6 legs, it has many legs. It's a myriapod because it has many legs. So there you go. Annalise got it! Myriapods, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Yes, dude. Heck yes. Soil sample is working. Keep going. I'm gonna lower it so it can continue to function. I'm so fired up that that's working though. That's so cool. Those are from the creek. From dirt we sampled from the creek. Heck yes. Okay, everybody, but enough time has passed. It is time to get to brass tacks. It's time to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for years. For years, everyone. It's time to get ready. It's time to get ready. I know this music's too loud, it's coming down. It's time to get ready for the great debate. The great debate, everybody. Oh shoot, this only worked because I was wearing a green shirt earlier. The great debate. The great insect debate. This is the part of the show that I've been most excited about. This is the part of the show that I need your help about too. So, time for the great entomological debate, everyone. I need to switch this camera real quick because we're running out of batteries. Then I'm gonna get back and we're gonna get into the debate mode. Just a reminder, we're debating how ethical it is to use a very particular type of entomological tool that I've been wanting to use for years. You're gonna help me think through it. We're gonna decide if we like it or if we don't like it. I'm gonna switch the battery and be back real quick. Okay, cool. All right, everyone. It's time for the great debate. The great debate. So, first things first, there are a couple characters in the great debate, and I want to kind of help us distinguish between the different characters. So, if you guys were here during game night last week, you might have noticed that we were using some filters. We're going to use some filters to establish the difference between the debate members. So, we have 3 debate members. 3 debate members. And 3 debate members, we have to determine how to differentiate between them. So, we have the judge. We have the prosecution. And then we have the defense. So we have those 3 characters that we have to choose filters for. Keep that in mind. We're looking for 3 characters. I'm going to do a sampling of the filters, and then we could establish what is what character. Oh my gosh, Annalise, you've taken 2 or 3 years of debate. I'm nowhere near going to do as well as you probably could do at this, but I'm going to do my best and talk about at least what I've been thinking about. So, with this in mind, first we're going to do a sampling of the filters to help us determine which characters. You guys are the ultimate ones that decide what the characters look like, what filter the judge will use, what the prosecution will use, and what the defense will use. So, with that in mind, First, Audrey's looking for the watermelon filter. The watermelon filter is coming up first, or coming up, so we'll see that. So we could start off with something first pretty simple, all right? First we could start off, that's not the one. Okay. First we could start off with something pretty simple. Something like, say these glasses, right? Just nice and simple. Alternatively, we could, another filter is a mustache. Perhaps the prosecution is a mustache. Perhaps the judge is a mustache or something like that. If you want to take it to another level, we could just do super hipster Charlie. Maybe the prosecution or the defense could be a hyper hipster version of myself. Another favorite, at least during the stream, was the cat one, where all it is just a cat sits on our head for the entire time, and we look a little golden. It's pretty nice. Let's see what else we got. Another one that I'm personally a fan of is the glam spa one. So we can call this the towel one. It's as if I just got out of a spa. So if we want the defense or the prosecution to look like this, we can have them look like this if you want. Alternatively, we could do this one. I think this is extraordinarily frightening. I don't want to look at this for a long time, but it worked on my face. So it's just an option if you want to go for it. Alternatively, there is the mad scientist. The mad scientist is always here. If you hold up the hand, we have a nice little electronic ball that goes in there. We have some powers. Piano says, I will have nightmares. We could also be just the moon. If you want to instead just be the moon, maybe the defense or the judge is the moon. You know, the moon is very powerful. It affects the tides of the earth. So it could make sense to be the moon. Finally, one of the last options is the watermelon slice. Now, the watermelon slice was a popular one on stream. I existed as a watermelon slice for the majority, I would say, of last game night. So, so one of the characters could be the moon or could be a watermelon slice. So that being said, again, we have sunglasses, we have mustache, we have hipster Charlie, we have cat, we have spa, we have scary nightmare Charlie, we have moon, mad scientists, or watermelon slice. So, with that being said, first, what are you interested in the judge? What should the judge be? The judge. First off, what should the judge be? The sassy spa filter. So it looks like we like the moon. We like moon, watermelon, spa. We like the moon, the watermelon, and the spa. I was saying judge equals moon. Okay. We have Judge Moon. Does anybody, judge should be spa, mustache judge? All right. Do you guys think, should we do a straw poll for this or should we just take it? Moon? We have a couple votes for Judge Moon. I think Judge Moon. Okay. The judge is the moon. It has been decided. The judge is the moon. The moon is the judge. Everybody, welcome to my courtroom. I am the Judge Moon. I am the Judge Moon. Now we're looking for prosecution. The prosecution. Who should the prosecution be? Looking for votes for prosecution. We're interested in the watermelon and the spa filter. The moon sees all. I like the moon judge. That's a really good one. So what do you guys think for the prosecution? Prosecution should be, we have some votes for watermelon and we have some votes for mustache. Watermelon. It looks like prosecution is watermelon. Prosecution is watermelon. Okay? So the prosecution is watermelon. Prosecution is watermelon. Prosecution is watermelon. And now we're looking for the defense. So who's going to defend this entomology tool against the prosecution, which is the watermelon? Ooh, angry watermelon. Ah. So now prosecution. Sassy spa. You want sassy spa for the defense? Sassy spa. We have a sassy spa vote for the defense. Oh my gosh. You guys are interested in this? Let's look at this. Okay, why not? We have mustache. We have mustache, hipster, glasses. Oh, we're all over for this. We have a couple of sassy spas. We have a couple of mustaches. Jennifer R says hi. Oh, that's all right, Jennifer. Don't worry about it. I think sassy spa, guys, wins for the defense. So sassy spa. Okay, everybody. So here's the judge. The judge is the moon. Just so remember, the judge is the moon. Hello, everybody. I am Judge Charlie. All right. All right, everybody. This court is in now session. This court is now in session. Hello, everybody. I am Judge Moon. Welcome, everybody, to my court. Here, here. Here, here. I am Judge Charlie. All rise for me, the moon. All rise for me, the moon. Today, welcome. We have a very important court session today. Today, we are putting something on trial. But first off, I would like to first welcome our jury here today. Everybody in chat, you are our jury. So we'll have time after opening remarks for some questions from the jury. And the jury, you guys, will ultimately decide the outcome of this trial. Whether or not we believe it's okay to use this entomological collecting tool. All right? So we will see. I am just merely the judge. I make sure that the court happens. First off, I would like to first offer welcome our prosecuting attorney. Welcome our prosecuting attorney, Watermelon. Hello, thank you, Judge Moon. My name is the Watermelon. I am the prosecuting attorney. I'm talking about the ways that I don't think it's good to have this sort of entomological collection method. I'm very excited to bring those reasons to light today to the court. Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much, prosecuting attorney. Now I will toss it over to the defense attorney. We have Sassy Spa Charlie. Sassy Spa Charlie. Hello, everybody. I'm Sassy Spa Charlie. I am in defense of this entomological method. I am freshly out of the spa. My skin is exfoliated, and I feel great, everybody. So today, I'm going to talk in defense of this entomological collection method, and I'm excited to bring those points to light to you today. First off, we're going to toss it back over to the moon. Everybody, I think we have a member of our jury who is heading out and going back to their school day. So I'd like to offer a goodbye and thank you for stopping by. For Audrey Kletchner. Thank you so much for stopping by, Audrey Kletchner, as we continue with our judgment day, everybody. I would like to introduce to you the entomological collection method that we have on trial here today. Everybody, say hello to... Oh. Sorry. This is it, everybody. Take a look. Take a look at the method that we have on trial. I would like to introduce to you an insect collection jar. Casey Cole, what up, dude? We're currently in a debate over whether we should use an entomological collection method. Has anybody used a collection jar before, everybody? Just to help give us some background, the moon, I'm the moon. Judge Moon will give a little bit of background on what we think this is. This right here is an insect collection jar. So what an what an entomologist or a naturalist does is they take this jar and insert a specimen inside. Notice you'll see that the jar is sealed tight. On the bottom is some sort of plaster of Paris or absorbent mechanism that has some sort of chemical inside of it, either some sort of ether, some sort of an alcohol. The insect has something to climb upon while they're in the jar. The chemical evaporates into the sealed airtight jar, thus killing the insect and allowing the entomologist or naturalist to observe it more closely for further study, to add it to their collection, to make sure it's still under the microscope, to be able to study it further. In effect, It is a jar in which you place an insect to put it in your collection, but if we're being straightforward, it kills the insect. So that is the entomological piece of equipment that we have on trial today. Asher says those people are psychopaths. Order in the court. Order in the court, Asher. Order in the court. There will be time for the jury to talk about their feelings. Actually, you can say it. You can comment. We're welcoming jury comments throughout the extent of this trial. First off, Annalise says, how long does it take to kill the insect? From my understanding, it depends on what chemical you have in there. There are some chemicals where it stuns the insect and it takes a very long time to kill them. There are other chemicals where it kills them relatively quickly. So I think it depends. So that is what is on trial today in the great debate. We have the killing jar. The image is up here just to remember. The insect collection jar. So first off, I would like to offer it to the prosecuting attorney, the watermelon, to have an opening statement. We are now tossing it over to the watermelon for their opening statement. Thank you so much, Judge Moon. I am the watermelon. I'm the prosecuting attorney to determine whether or not this insect collection jar, as you say, is ethical to use. And I would like to establish first off that we call it by its real name. You might call it an insect collection jar, but the reality is, even entomologists call it by its real name, which is a killing jar. Because as a prosecuting attorney, where I'm talking about the problems with this jar, I will say that that is its sole purpose. It kills the insect. Sure, you might preserve it for later study, sure, but if we would boil this down, what you're doing is killing the insect. So my question for you is, why would you participate in such a hobby that includes killing an animal? Killing an insect? I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't know what kind of person. As Asher said himself in the comments, that is some sort of a psychopath or something like that. Imagine you put a bee in this killing jar. The bee is dead. The bee can no longer pollinate plants, so the plants also suffer. You have to think about the consequences of killing some insects. Not only the insect populations can suffer, but the plants that they interact with as well, because everything is connected in nature. Furthermore, I would like to introduce an exhibit into the court. May it please the court, I have a video, Exhibit A. Everybody, Exhibit A. This is a video by YouTuber and streamer and television host Charlie Engelman called The Spider Wasp. You guys see, he has a spider trapped in a jar, very much alive, and we're able to examine it while it's alive under the microscope. No killing necessary. So I'm introducing this just to describe the fact that there are alternatives. You can examine insects without killing them and putting them in these terrible jars. So that is what I would have to say. That's my introductory statements and prosecution of the killing jar. 1, when you boil it down, it kills the animals. 2, there are safe alternatives. That so wraps up the case of the watermelon. I will direct my attention to the chat to potentially answer any questions from our jury. We have questions from the jury. Piano says, and comments, Piano says, this is what my dad does every night. Watch our court shows. I'm glad your dad enjoys the court show. This is right up there. We are a very serious court. So I think your dad will like this show because we take this court stuff very seriously. I have heard of the phrase innocent until proven guilty. Yes, Brand. Elizabeth asks, does the insect suffer? How many are taken from one location in a year? Does the insect suffer? I think when you come down to it, the insect suffers because the insect dies. I think Annalise was interested in how prolonged is the death. I think you can choose your chemicals, so you can make it very quick or you can make it very long. It depends on what chemicals you use and how many are taken from one location. I think that also depends on the collector. You can really limit yourself. You can limit yourself to invasive species. You can limit yourself to native species. You can limit yourself to one collected specimen from a certain area. But as the prosecuting attorney, I would also say that if you are doing this and you are showing this hobby, you know, other people might become interested in it too. And while you might be respectful in the amount of insects that you draw from a certain area, you can't be confident that everybody will. So you sort of set a precedent for using this particular tool, and who can say as to what would happen after that? So we will have to see. With that, I will thank you for your time, and I will toss it back to the Judge Moon. Okay. 1 sec as we get that ready. All right, thank you so much, Watermelon Slice, for those prosecuting comments. KT, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. In the meantime, in the case of Killing Jar versus, I don't know, the entire world, I guess, I will now toss it over to Sassy Spa Charlie, who will speak in defense of the Killing Jar and talk about the pros of the Killing Jar. So now we'll toss it over to Sassy Spa Charlie to talk about the pros of the Killing Jar. Hello, everybody. Yes, Sassy Spa Charlie here. First off, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody. Clearly, we have some interest in this topic. We have some interest in insects in the natural world, and I think that's something that we can all agree with, is that we all want the natural world to be healthy. We all care about the environment. We all care about global warming, population decline in animals. That is something that we all share. I would like to thank the Watermelon Slice for their opening comments, but I have some comments of my own that hopefully will bring to light some things that you might not be thinking of, some kind of alternative viewpoints about this insect collection jar, I'll call it. I'll call it by that name. Insect collection jar. Yes, we will admit that in the process of collecting an insect and putting it in this jar, it does kill the insect. Yes, that is true. That is undoubtable. But I would like to echo something that the Watermelon said themselves, is that in the act of using the killing jar, you can be pretty conscious about when you use it and how you use it. If you only use it for particular species, if you make sure that you only collect a few individual insects from a certain area, and if we're getting down to the science, if we're getting down to the realities of it, the amount that you acquire and that you could kill in this killing jar or collection jar is negligible compared to the amount of insects in the populations that you're studying from. Take a bee, for example. You take a bee and you insert it into the collection jar and you add it to your collection. You remove one bee from a population of 50,000 bees. That population does not suffer as a result of losing one insect. So it must be important to remember the broad, grand scheme of things when using a jar like this. One individual removed from a population will not have drastic effects from the entire thing. I should also note that many entomologists whose research has led to the protection of entire species have credited collecting insects as kids to getting them inspired about nature and pursuing their careers as entomologists. It all started with this jar, and it led to them saving entire populations of insects. So you must remember the use of this, not just the negatives, but the positives, you know? We can inspire people to be more interested in the world around them. You can encourage people to care about the natural world by showing them the different individuals that are there. And I know the defense attorney, the prosecuting attorney brought out this Exhibit A, but I will only say that, you know, I'm really close with Charlie. I'm Sassy Spa Charlie. I've closely talked with Real Normal Charlie, and I can say that Real Normal Charlie has had a lot of trouble putting other insects under the microscope. We have been unable to make a lot of videos about insects simply because they are so hard to get under the microscope. That's a lot of content, a lot of information, a lot of videos that could inspire people to care about nature that are not released to the world because we specifically cannot use this tool. And finally, I want to wrap up with a statement. I want to wrap up with a statement that I read in the Wall Street Journal from an entomologist themselves. A famous entomologist wrote this. Ready? Nothing has ever rivaled collecting which is kind of using these jars to acquire insects. In a way, it fosters a connection to nature. Sorry, wait, that's not what I wanted to read. I wanted to read this. Collectors of insects are not the dangers, so long as children and amateurs restrict themselves and do not collect in excess. They threaten nothing whatever in nature. The attack on collecting is misguided because it shifts focus away from the real threats. Principally, the commercial developers who care nothing for insects and wipe out their habitats. The real danger is not collecting, but the indifference fostered by technology. The real challenge is not to stop a negligible cruelty, but how to get people so far into nature that they never forget its marvels and always care about it. For hundreds of years, collecting achieved that goal. It ushered boys and girls, kids and adults into nature as nothing else ever could. To end it now would be a colossal mistake. To deny people the ability to partake in the hobby and use these collection jars is to deny them the opportunity to get deeply into nature. So ends my statement. I will direct my attention to the chat and get questions from the jury in this moment and comments. First off, we have a comment from Frog Slovenia. Can you kill toads in it? Stricken from the court. Stricken. Wait a second. Frog Slovenia. What are you doing? Wait. Here. Order in this court. Frog Slovenia. We will not have any of that talk in this court. We will never use the killing jar on a toad or a frog. We are exclusively talking about insects. Here, everybody. Thank you, Judge. Thank you for that. I apologize on behalf of Frog Slovenia. Sorry about that. He is impassioned, as we all are, about this topic. Asher says, does that change the fact that you are still murdering innocent animals when you don't need to? Asher, that is true. Certain insects will perish when we use the killing jar. But again, I implore you to think about the potential benefits, how you could potentially inspire people to care about the natural world by showing them the incredible, intricate parts about it. Let's see. Who just joined us? Terrell? Yes, we're live. We're having a debate as to whether or not we should use this entomology tool, it's called a killing jar. You put insects in it and it kills them so you can study further. Yes, Sassy Spot Charlie is the defense attorney, and the prosecuting attorney is with Watermelon Slice, and the Moon is the judge. So, with that being said, I rest my case and I offer the floor back up to the Judge Moon. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Watermelon Slice. I would like to thank Sassy Spot Charlie, and I would especially like to thank our jury for being here. It's very great. We have some new members of the jury. Terrell is here. Welcome, Terrell. Thank you so much for being here. So real quick, I want to offer up the floor to the chat. I want to offer up the floor to the jury to see if you guys have any questions about this process. If you have any questions for the Watermelon Slice or Sassy Spot Charlie that could potentially help you make your decision before we offer this up to a very official straw poll vote as to whether or not we feel it's okay to use killing jars or not. We have some turmoil. We do have some turmoil in the judge. In the jet. Annalise says, if you could kill toads in it, then you could kill frogs in it. Order in my court. I am the Moon. I will not allow any discussion as to killing toads and frogs. We are solely talking about insects. That is for another time. Order. I will not have this be a kangaroo court. It's an insect court, all right? No kangaroo court, everybody. Elizabeth, or Caden says, when will you reply to my Gmail? I'll check it out later today. Caden, you got it, dude. All right. Watch out, Frog Slovenia. Some people mix up between frogs and toads. Ooh, nada. All right. No, order, everybody. Settle this disagreement. Frog Slovenia and Toadsburg is for another debate. Brandon's wondering if I've heard of a TV show called Hot Bench. The Moon has not heard of this TV show. Is it good? Elizabeth Duran says maybe some amateur collectors could not afford the equipment needed to use the no-kill methods. That is true. We find ourselves as an opportunity to use no-kill methods and kill methods. It is, as the defense attorney said, the Sassy Spot Charlie, this method of using this collection jar is a lot easier and would allow us to look at a lot more interesting things and is takes a little bit less time and is more easy across the board. Terrell says they love watching the show Weird But True with Kirby on Fox. Terrell, thanks so much. It's on Disney Plus if you want to check it out. You need to watch it. Where did you go to law school? The Moon. I have a PhD in lunar law. I went to Harvard Law and I majored in lunar law. It was really great. I just graduated a few years ago. You know, my father, who was a comet or asteroid that slammed into Earth millions of years ago, always wanted me to pursue lunar law, and I'm very proud that I made him so proud. All right. Can the life of an insect end in a peaceful way without damaging the body? Nada, you raise a great point. That is the goal of collection jars. The goal of collection jars is to end the life of an insect in a way that doesn't damage the body so that you could have a more easy time to examine it under a microscope. That is kind of what collection jars were created for, and that's how they're often used. Annalise, thank you so much for being proud of me. You can't really smile in this. Annalise, that means a lot. Thank you very much. I'm very glad that you're proud, especially someone who has so much experience in debate. It means a lot that you're proud of me. I'm proud of my lunar law degree. Elizabeth Duran says, what if scientists are in locations where a microscope would be difficult or impossible to bring, i.e. a cave? This is a great example. So if you use the killing jar, as Elizabeth is kind of describing, you can go somewhere far off, not even only a cave, but maybe like a place a drive away and collect some samples and then bring them back and see them under a microscope. Whereas if you're doing live samples, you might have to bring them back live, but honestly, that's really not environmentally conscious because it's not really good to transport species across distances. And it would also be hard to bring your microscope out to a field very far away. So really using a jar like this opens your world up to a lot of different types of insect study, not just where the microscope is. Nada is wondering if a person can end the life of an insect without the torture. If you can end a life with an insect without the torture, it's tough because like a peaceful death of an insect, there's no way really of knowing if the insect is in pain. I think in the process of putting an insect in the killing jar, you won't see it really scramble around a lot. But we don't know if the insects are in pain. We could choose a chemical that makes sure to end the life quickly, but I don't really know if there's an alternative other than this to really function in the same way. Oh my gosh, Mama Opal's a debate coach. Excellent. What does Mama Opal think of the watermelon slices and Sassy Spot Charlies? Debate skills. What is the smallest arthropod? What is the smallest arthropod? What is the smallest arthropod? The smallest arthropod is Tantalocarid stygotantalus. It's a crustacean. Here we go. Thank you so much for your question. I think that was Abdul. Yep, here you go. The smallest arthropod, it looks like a little green speck, which is kind of crazy. Okay. I agree, Elizabeth. It's best to use the chemical that can kill as quickly as possible. So it looks like we're going to wrap up our jury discussion. Are there any chemicals you can put in simply to stun the insect? I don't think so, Annalise, with really, with complete confidence. I don't think there are any chemicals you can use to stun an insect with complete confidence. I think when you use chemicals, there's always the potential that you are going to kill the insect. Okay, everybody, I think for the sake of time, we're going to wrap up the discussion in the court. And now Thank you so much for the watermelon slice. Thank you so much, Sassy Spot Charlie, for making your statements. Now it's all up to the hands of the court. It's all up as the hands of the jury. We'll do a straw poll. It is out of my hands. It is out of all of our hands. So all we'll say is it's totally up to the jury. Everybody? Thank you, Mrs. Opal. I will communicate with the Sassy Spot Charlie and Watermelon Slice to get thumbs up. Here's the official straw poll. Can we use Michelle, thank you so much for subscribing. The collection jar. No. Should we use the collection jar? We'll do should. Should we use the collection jar? No. We'll just do yes, no. Yes. No. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. Create poll. Share. Copy. The official poll is in the chat, everybody. Official poll is in the chat. Elizabeth, I will go on record. I will go on record as lunar judge with my extensive degree in lunar law to say that this is totally up to the jury. Totally up to the jury. And as judge, I will declare that pun terrific. Oh my gosh! Also, we got more insects in the funnel. This is so terrific. Oh my gosh, we got some big insects in the funnel. Get ready for that. All right, everybody, have you cast your votes? Have you cast your votes? Wow! Wow! Okay, there we go. We have a no. Everybody, click the link. Click the link. Click the link in the chat to help you determine. Should we use the collection jar? So far we have 7 yes. We have 2 votes no. 7 yes, 2 votes no. I say if you use a chemical to kill them quickly, it's acceptable. Annalise has officially said a quick chemical is the one that is okay. Quick chemical. It doesn't let me vote, but I vote yes. I don't know why sometimes you can't vote on these things. I'm not sure why. If you're using the same computer as piano, usually you can vote once for a computer. 1 sec, I'm just gonna get something ready real quick. Oh, ignore that. 1 sec. Sorry. Just preparing. Okay. We're allowing a few more moments before the lunar judge creates their final... What is it called? Brandon, you've watched a lot of judge shows. What's it called? The final ruling? The final ruling? Yeah. The final ruling. It'll be a little bit more... Verdict. Nada, thank you. Sorry. I went to lunar law. We call it something different over there. We call it something different, lunar law. We just call it the final crater. But yes, the verdict. All right, everybody. In the case of Killing Jar against the world, in the case of Killing Jar against the world, with the prosecuting attorney as Watermelon Slice, defense attorney Sassy Spot Charlie, this court rules. My lunar law degree tells me to, at a jury vote of 9 votes to 2, we officially vote not guilty, everybody. Not guilty. The Killing Jar is not guilty, and according to this jury, it's an officially recognized acceptable way to acquire insects on the condition, on the sole condition, as Annalise so aptly put it, that you use a quick way of killing the insects using a chemical that ends the insect's life quickly. You do not over-collect, and you're still a conscientious, nature-minded person when you use it. Lucy, welcome. We had a great debate on the killing jar. Throw some W's in the chat. Little victory just, if at nothing more, just for a beautiful, successful discussion. Thank you guys so much for participating in this discussion. I feel confident in the results. Thank you so much for adding to it. Thank you so much for giving your professional opinions to this extraordinary debate. I declare this court out of session. That is the final verdict of the Lunar Court. Thank you so much for being here. I will now toss it back to Real Human Charlie. I release the court. The court is now in session. Good day. Smash, smash. Good day. Ha! Wow, how about that? That's so sick, guys. That's so cool. Honestly, I find that surprising. Well, no, I'll tell you where I kind of stood. I kind of stood on that side too, the side of pro using it. And I really didn't think that until I did a lot of research. But I think you guys brought up a lot of really important things too about picking the chemical and being very specific about that. And also not over collecting and things like that. All right, see you, Luce. But yeah, thank you for helping me through that decision. That was a little bit of a tough one that I've honestly been wrestling with for a long time. But I wanted to get some people's else's opinion. So thank you for doing that. I really appreciate your insight. Yes, we are going to do the Toadsburg National Anthem, but first we're going to look at a final look of our insect collection to see how it went. Okay, we have about 5 or 6 centipedes. 5 or 6 centipedes are in here. And maybe I can like just lay this on top of this. We acquired a new thing. You see that? We got a nice little worm. Nada, thanks, Nada. Oh, wait, do you see those little worms too? We have some little worms. It's a little bit smudgy from my fingertips because I've been playing with that clay. No, it's inside the jar. But we have a couple small worms, we have the big worms, and of course on the bottom we just have like an extraordinary amount of those. Ooh, you see how much it's squirming? Look at all those! Oh my gosh, that's incredible. That's so epic. I wish I had the microscope queued up so we can look at them. Good call, thanks Nada. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we got a bunch of myriapods in there. I think there's some other ones that are a little small. Yes, there's at least some small ones like hopping around. There, look, there's a little, in the middle, there's a small worm. We have a couple small worms there. And then we have a big worm there. This is so epic. I'm so glad that this worked. All right, there we go. Wow, they're so cool. Perhaps next time I'll have the microscope set up so that we could use the microscope. That's so sick though. I'm so excited about that. I'm gonna keep this set up and see if we have anything else comes up. I'm gonna keep it set up to see if anything else comes up later today. All right, everybody. The stream has come to a complete finish. Thanks so much for hanging out today. By request, I'm queuing up the Toadsburg National Anthem. You know, we weren't officially in Toadsburg today, but the spirit of Toadsburg was here because we passionately defended Toadsburg. Oh, I'm still the moon. How about that? You know what? I think I'm gonna be the moon as we sing this song. The spirit of Toadsburg was here today. If you guys are unfamiliar with Toadsburg, oops, sorry. If you are unfamiliar with Toadsburg, I have a lot of things open right now. Yikes. If you're unfamiliar with Toadsburg, Toadsburg is our island that we created. It's where a lot of our kind of imaginary scenarios take place, and it's where we learn a lot of things. It's an island in the shape of a toad. This is what it looks like right here, Toadsburg. This is Toadsburg right here, Pollywog Port. 2 eyes are volcanoes in the shape. And here we are going back to the monitor. And Piano Eagle, in his infinite piano and musical wisdom, created a national anthem for us. This video was created by Annalise and sung by the beautiful, our amazing tenor. I don't know what range Billy the Toad is, but we'll call him the tenor. Toadsburg's finest operatic singer, Billy the Toad. In order to sing the Toadsburg National Anthem, one sits in the position of a toad. We assume the toad position. You sit like this. You sit in a toad squatting form and sing along, everybody. The words are here, so feel free to sing loud and proud and let your toad pride fly. With that, everybody, I present as the moon. All right, we're just getting our audio here. I present to you the Toadsburg National Anthem by our musical genius, piano. Video by Annalise, sung by Billy the Toad. Everybody, assume the position! Here we go. This is as loud as it can go.
Oh, Toadsburg, Toadsburg, a place across the sea. Oh, Toadsburg, Toadsburg, a place for you and me. A place with no technology, a place where you and me can be nature lovers for all to eternity. Oh, Toadsburg, Toadsburg, a place across the sea. Oh, Toadsburg, Toadsburg, a place for you and me.
Ah, brings a tear to my eye and puts a toad in my heart, everybody. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. I had a very good time. I know this music's hot. It's going down. But everybody, thank you so much for being here. That pretty much wraps it up for today. I'm very excited that funnel worked. And I'm excited to see what other sorts of things can come out of it. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll be back here on Thursday for a music stream. We're going to learn how to play the violin. And we are going to test our ears for perfect pitch. So thank you everybody for stopping by. I want to say thank you to Nada especially. Thanks to Piano, thanks to Annalise, Leo Mega, welcome. We're just wrapping up. Thanks for Kaden for being here. Elizabeth and your daughter, thanks so much for being here, guys. Anybody else in the chat, thanks so much for hanging around. I think Brandon might be here, Calvin. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We're gonna wrap it up. So I hope you have a terrific day. Oh, voice still low? All right, sorry. Voice should be up higher now. Thank you. So long, Brandon. So long, Brandon. I'll see you on Thursday, bud. Thanks, Nat. Appreciate it. Elizabeth, thanks so much for stopping by. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Hope you have a great time. Ta-ta. See you later, guys. Bye, Kevin. Bye, Annalise. Bye, Piano. Bye, Mama Opal. Catch you guys later. See ya.